Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. It is finally Wednesday. Now I can finally open that damn box. But hey, before we do that, let's get some music going on so I can focus on what's good. Right? Focus. Focus. Alright, here we go. Alright, some music. Here we go. Actually, let's just go to the beginning of that music. Okay. Finally. Now, we know today we're gonna do the unboxing for the Davidoff Club, and whatever that came out with, maybe I'll smoke something from there. So that's why I haven't have a cigar on me to smoke. But we'll go from there, right? We'll go from there. All right, and make sure I get this done. There we go. All right. So we have Carlos, we have Bell, Steve, Martin, Amaya, and let's get started. Get started. It's kind of cold. It's really cold in here today. We have, well, I have the heat going on, and I think before it was like 60s. Now it's like 70 because I have the heat on for like an hour. Like before the show is on, I was already sitting here just thinking about the cigar I'm gonna smoke. So, all right. So like I say, this is 7 pounds. I hope it's not 7 pounds of paper. That will very, like, I don't know if that's supposed to disappoint me or make you feel like, that's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be. Which one is supposed to be? But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. Okay. Alright. I don't know why the chat is not showing. Oh, there you go. That is a big ass box. It's 7 pounds. It's 7 pounds. Alright. Knife provided by A. Wrong. It's $100 plus, a tax or something. Alright. Get ready. Woo! Probably filler. Probably have a lot of paper. I wouldn't be surprised about that. I would not be surprised if that has got a lot of paper. There we go. Okay. First, we got a paper. It says D of G. So DOG. It says DOG, Davidoff of Geneva, right? DOG. The club #1 intro select CE US 3S. I don't know what that means, but that's what it is. Okay? Quantity 1. Oh man. Let's do this. Okay. First we got paper. More paper. Paper. More paper. 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 It's a lot of paper. It's a lot of paper. But that's okay. That's okay. It's the first box, right? It's the first box. Gonna give it a chance. Ta-da! The club. Let me see what else is in the box before, like. Alright, it's all paper. It's all good. Okay. Put this here so I don't trip over it. Because there's a lot of paper. Okay. Here he goes. We have a box that looks like this. On the side it says Davidoff of Geneva.com. It actually has this like sticker paper thing over it. On the other side, same thing. Nothing on the bottom side. While I'm at it, might as well take a picture because once I open it, it's gotta be open. Okay. Oh, 5 pounds of paper, right? That's quite heavy. This thing's a little bit heavy. This got some weight to it. Alright. Cut this down. I think that's the only sticker, right? Yep, that's the only sticker on the side. Alright. That is a huge box, right? That for a cigar club, $100. Alright. Inside it says, the cigar is made for all the senses, for every pleasure, for the nose, for the palate, the fingers, the eyes. A good cigar contains the promise of a total bliss. Vino Davidoff? Okay. Gold paper. They know how to get people, right? Gold paper. Gold paper! Alright, here we go. Gold paper. Inside, like that. Okay? It looks like a book. It looks like a book. First, I don't know what that is. Gotta open it up. It is a book. It is a book. Your Cigar Lifestyle Guide. Alright. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, shit. And the bottom, a lot of bubble paper. Okay? Alright. Close this up. Next. Let's go to the next item. Oh, man. Let's start with this book and stuff. Oh my gosh. It's so nicely tied, I don't even want to open it up, to be honest. First, let's get the piece of paper. Hey, William, Wild Bill. And we have Quake as well now. Welcome to the family. Thank you for subscribing to our monthly club, only found at Davidoff of Geneva. Our founder, Zeno, or what did I say, Fino? Zeno Davidoff was committed to providing exceptional experiences and cigar connoisseurship. It is with this same passion we bring you the premier club experience focused on all-encompassing cigar ritual and lifestyle that expands your cigar enjoyment beyond the cigar. The club is different. It ranges further than what is normal and expected. It challenges ordinary. Care and attention go into curating each club experience. The club ritual important, and we will share with you the difference between enjoying a cigar and quality time elevated. Enjoying this introductory package as the key to unlock a new ritual. Make sure to fill your time beautifully. I'm able to say that my life has been destined for devotion to one thing above all else, the cigar. The cigar has been my life. I owe it everything. Zeno Davidoff. Sincerely, your team at Davidoff Geneva since 1911. Alright, moving on. Trash paper. And you get a little booklet. And I'm gonna pretend. And actually, no, I'm not gonna hint, but like I'm gonna say this is useless. Okay. So it gives you cigar and pairing. Cigar and pairing in here. So there's some cigars and pairing. So I guess that's what the cigars is in here. That I supposed to pair with. But not gonna happen because I don't have some of these stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have some of these stuff. Okay. And let's open these, which comes with some matches. Right? This one's got a rip. Oh. Okay. Somehow, I guess they already made this $100 worth it in this package. Because it comes with a Cigar something. Right? Cigar stuff is not cheap. And it is a Cigar cutter that has a keyhole on it. So Davidoff Club Cigar cutter. A Cigar cutter. It's not bad. Okay. So it comes with a Cigar cutter. Warranty stuff. Piece of shit. Okay, moving on. Alright, so, you know, usually a Cigar cutter is like, what, 30, 40 bucks? So, I will consider that as 30 bucks. Next, we do the cigar last, right? Let's do the book. Oh, my nose is killing me. I might have to sniff. Well, around my nose a little bit. How is the weight of the cutter? About the weight of the coin. So if you had a coin, it's about the weight of the coin. If not a little bit lighter. I probably a little bit lighter than the coin. Alright, almost there. Almost got it. This piece of, okay. Alright, here we go. Hardcover book. Inside is okay. Yeah. Okay. For some people, they might like this book. There is a few pages of introduction to cigars, and there is some like you know, what you do when you gotta establish like the lifestyle kind of behind it. You know, how to dress like a rich guy kind of thing. Blazer, jacket, coat. Who cares what it's called? Tuxedos, jeans, and jacket. That kind of information. Invest in the tailor, accessorizing, how to pose like a rich person. And then they have like, obviously different shapes of cigars. It tells you like, what they are called. What is Churchill, what is Robusto, what is, obviously kind of advertising their own cigars as well. And, pellet guy. I just want to tell you guys this, okay? Scientifically proven, this thing means shit. Scientifically proven, okay? You can taste sweetness here, just as much as here. Alright? You will taste you can taste all over. It's not like, oh, I can only taste sweetness at the tip of my tongue. That's scientifically proven. Okay, that you can, your your tongue is made out of the same material. They all taste with stimulation. So. Alright, so like it says like bitter is in the back of the tongue. I can tell you that if you should lick something bitter on the beginning of the tongue, you're still gonna taste bitter. It's basically answering a lot of stuff. That's just answering what typical question is. You know, how much time can I dedicate to this cigar? You know, why do we age cigar? Blah blah blah. Pairings. You know what there's information on pairing. There is quite a bit of information in here if you are a beginner, and it will be super good if you don't know any of it, right? For example, you know, like what is a home bar should be like, and what, you know, that kind of information. And obviously drink recipe. Okay, drink recipe. Drink recipe. It's funny because in here there's not like, it's kind of like weird name recipes that I never heard before. Not like, you know, hey, old fashioned, you know, they don't have those. Alright. And the rest is all like this. It's like a cigar journal. It gives you like cigar, like, you know, for you to record all the cigar stuff. It's all the same at the end. So you have this much of paper. That's just that. Okay? And you even get a bookmark. It's probably a lot cheaper if you just decide to buy one of Cigar daily journal kind of stuff, you know. But if you want good looking stuff as a paperweight, you get one of these, and you know it's gonna be on the side of my desk and never gonna see daylight. Okay. All right, here it goes. Now, moment of truth. What cigars are in this pack? What cigar are in this pack? There is 3 cigars in there, and there is definitely a Boveda pack in there. Question, would it be the same kind of stuff for the second month of $100? It is not gonna be it, because they call that introductory special blah blah blah. So, I don't think the second month, I will keep another month and I will show it to you guys. Right? If you watch the second month and you're like, hey, that looks pretty good, then you know. Right? But hey, Michael, you're Michael. You don't need this. This is for Soy Sauce Assassin to spend the money where you guys won't have to. Alright, here we go. 3 cigars. Boveda pack, 69%, which I like. 69. I like the fact they didn't even seal it. So you can, if you want, you can still use this. You can seal it if you want. Okay. Cigar number 1. Davidoff Millennium. Davidoff Millennium Robusto. Cigar number 2 is Anniversario. Cigar number 3 is Unbanded. And I think it's probably somewhere in the book they talked about. So I'm gonna go to find this one. Alright. This Unbanded cigar is Davidoff Robusto 100. Alright. Robusto 100. This special cigar was originally launched in 2006. Very popular limited edition created to celebrate the birth of our founder, Zeno Davidoff. The Robusto being smaller of the 3 format within this collection. What better way to start this journey in the club than with one of the most popular sought-after cigar in the history of Davidoff cigars? And it is 5x50 ring gauge. Wrapper is Habano, Ecuador. Binder is Olor Seco, Dominican Republic. Filler is Piloto Seco, San Vicente Lejero, Piloto Lejero. Hybrid Polojo, and Olo Lejero, and San Vicente Vesus, whatever that Dominican Republic. So there's a lot of Lejero filler. There's a lot of Lejero filler in here. So yeah, the small box is basically what cigar they have in here. And I supposed to pair this with a drink called Fine Spice, with Remy Martin cognac, honey simple syrup, dash of chocolate bitters, orange zest garnish, and brandy cherry garnish. All right. Oh, it's definitely medium. So we'll do this one today. And now that I have this done, you guys want to join? The room is open, so what we can do is now that I have finished that, we can join. We can have a chat. The Google Meet link should be the same if anybody want to join. Apparently for this one, that's what they recommended. You know. So here we go. All right. Oh, here we go. We already have Albert in the room. Here we go. Okay. Let me start the camera.
Third of the first act, man. Good job, man.
Lord. All right, here we
That's
go.
how you could afford that all those freebies, huh?
Oh, sure.
You guys, seriously. All right. Allergy.
Well,
My nose is killing me.
You knew what was coming, man.
So, let's try this cigar.
Oh,
Oh,
let me
it
get one.
smells. I
me
can
get
see
one.
why they want to pair with cognac.
See, this is the thing. Every cigar is just a bundled cigar till it has a band on it and it goes in a box.
Of course, right?
That's what they're showing you right there.
This one, it smells very plum-like. It's almost like infused with something. Like if I say this, if somebody told me this was infused with cognac, I'd probably believe it because that had that plum sweetness to it, and it has a little bit of pepper just from smelling it. It kind of burns a little bit. So,
Stick it up your nose like Martine.
why are you sitting in the hospital, Martin?
He's sitting in the hospital. What?
With his son.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hope everything's
Hey,
okay.
man. Tony,
What's
I
up?
joined it too, man. I joined it too.
Yeah, here we go. Dry is just cedar. There's nothing to it. Just cedar. All right, let's light this up.
Albert,
today
it'll
I'm
be the
pairing
challenge.
with some drink.
You dry it. So you're like, this is a cedar. You're like, oh man, same cigar.
Yeah, damn it, it's cedar cigar. Damn it. All right, today I have a plum
You're
drink.
cedar.
Look at that. I already predicted I need a plum drink.
That looked like a bottle of soap for a second.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Also,
you can see
Or
it's
honey.
half and half. So top is a plum drink, and the bottom is actually a plum jelly. It has a
I
piece
thought
of
you were
plum
gonna
in
say
there.
it's gold or something.
Plum. It's plum. Perfect.
I
I got
bet
this in New
plum
York.
good.
All right, let's go. Drink.
That thing is plum full.
It's plentiful.
You know, chicken for plum.
Mm.
Did one of your tapioca balls get stuck in there or something?
No, because the bottom is solid jello, so it kind of has to suck it out.
Oh, I was thinking you had a. I don't know why I was thinking you had a boba tea. What am I doing?
All right.
It's the
so,
straw.
Let's go. Let's go.
You know what they call people that fill those bottles, right?
They actually filled it there.
Yeah, you know what they call them, right? The job has a name.
Bottle filler.
Plumbers.
Plumbers?
Right? They're
Plumbers
filling
don't
it
fill
full of.
bottles.
They're filling it full of plum. Come on, Tony.
Tony, come on, man.
What did I tell you about that joke?
I heard
Okay.
a good one the other day.
Let's do this. Okay. It's got this cedariness. It's got this little bit woodsiness, and it's got this bitterness.
They said it's highly sought after, one of the most coveted Davidoffs ever.
Well, it wasn't bad. It's just, it's got this almost like the difference between drinking water and drinking club soda. You get that little bit of mineral bitterness towards the flavor that you're getting at.
He also just lit it, so.
And I think usually when you have anything ligero, you gotta get a little bit bitter from that. Plus, I'm drinking something sweet, so everything's gotta be bitter. Yeah, bitter. Ooh. So now I can see why you need a sweet drink with orange and like plum and cognac and stuff like. When if you drink cognac, you know it tastes like plum. So something at his foot. Okay.
Well, tell him to wear shoes, man.
And you never know. Sometimes when you go out, I on a side note, I don't know why my YouTube has been recommending videos of people that deals with cows' foot. Like they shave the foot and show what's like stuck inside and how that stuff. And they every cow always step on something, and then it's lodged in there like for a long time. It literally just damaged all the flesh around it, and they show it. And literally, it's just them digging them out and just left it as is. And put on the good side, they put a like plastic sole on it, rubber sole on it, and the other side they just left it as is. So hopefully that goes bad. It looks really bad. I'm surprised a cow can suffer that kind of pain and say nothing. Every day they're still eating the thing, And of course, the funniest thing is, me and my wife were watching, and then you see the milk cow walk by, and we're like, "Look at those titties!"
Teats.
Yeah.
Teats.
We were like, "Oh my god, that looks horrible!" But yeah, and we're like, "Why is this being recommended to our YouTube feed?"
Because we talk a lot about cows and bullshit. That's why.
I guess so. Alright, so cigar. I'm gonna say this kind of one-dimensional. Does it taste good? Kinda. Does that bitterness taste good? Not really, but it's not one that bothers me. It's the mineral bitter. It's not like dirt bitter. You know how like sometimes when you have those like soil bitter versus like a mineral bitter, like I feel like I'm licking aluminum.
The $33 worth?
More like $20 worth, but Davidoff.
$20, wow. Wow, because you can smoke like two.
It is still smooth. It's still got that flavor. It's just that it's got that metallic. There we go.
It doesn't have the second band, but it's a Prensado.
Yeah, one of the boxes you sent me doesn't have the second band. But I'm okay. Good cigars. Eventually I'll get the second band. So
yeah.
It's a smooth cigar. The surface is very silky. Like you can feel kind of almost like touching a velvet, kind of smooth.
It's draped in velvet.
It feels like that. Velvet. It feels like that. Very soft, right? Not oil hard, but like soft.
Hey, did you ever get LGCS.com yet?
No, that's already a domain.
Wow. That sucks.
I mean,
Trust
it's
me, I
not
thought
a
about
bad
that.
cigar. It tastes pretty good. It's slightly more metallic than I like. But the flavor of the cedar, the balance are not bad. Is it $33 cigar? I don't know. If I was to smoke this and somebody handed it to me, I would think in my mind somewhere in the 20s.
Hey, where are the
Actually, I have to lower this. This will be somewhere in the 18 because it has no band on it.
Oh, there they are.
Like I would think that it's lower price because it has no band on it. It didn't spend any money on band. No, I think when a brand says something's rare or whatever, it really should mean absolutely nothing to the consumer.
No.
Right? Because they just go to the store and buy, like they went to the manufacturer and say, I want this and that. The manufacturer didn't say, you have to look far and wide. The manufacturer just say, this is what we have. So
Yeah, they looked in their freaking aging room, and they're like, "These things never sold. Let's do something with them."
They didn't look. They had it on a list already.
they go to a pile of something and say, hey, what is all those over there sitting over there? How we're not using it? And oh yeah, we used to make those like hundreds, and we don't make enough. Oh yeah, we don't make enough. Let's put it in the club thing because only so many people is gonna have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when
Let's
they say
go
like,
over there.
it's rare, it's whatever, it as a sales pitch, sure. But in my mind, I know they didn't look far and wide for it.
Sure, they
Right.
did. They searched they scoured the earth for that cigar. What are you talking about?
For me, that wasn't far and wide. I know they have it somewhere, and then the factory somewhere sitting, because these cigar wrappers and leaves, tobacco, they need to be stored and age and all that stuff. It's not like they just found it yesterday. They had it there sitting for a while. To get to
No,
this
they
point,
went to the farthest reaches of Persia. That doesn't exist anymore to go find that.
right? So for me, when I see a sales page like, oh, rare cigar, blah blah,
Figures,
it's
by the
not
way.
rare. They just didn't make enough. All right, that's not rare. That's just a blind thing.
I think they changed the name from Persia so they wouldn't have to honor the warranty on all them rugs.
In terms of smoke output, it's actually not too bad, and I really think that is part of the Lajero that's doing these, for the filler.
Looks like it's burning pretty well.
It burns pretty well. It does burn pretty well. In fact, this thing has a little bit more draw, like tougher draw than what I like, but it's manageable. It's not like bad. It's like, oh, it's tighter than what I like. So, hey, Mark,
See, what'd be funny is if you find a stem in there.
I will have pulled it out already. You didn't see me. I was trying to feel my finger over it to see if this is one.
Yeah.
If I pull one out, Davidoff, I'm gonna talk shit about it. All right.
Tony, man, you ruined me on that, dude. I was happy smoking the damn stem, man. I was happy. I was fine with it.
Yeah, there isn't one here. It's very smooth, very nice cut.
I was perfectly fine smoking cigars with stems, man.
A lot of smoke output.
It's your fault, Tony.
I made your experience better by now you know how to pull it out.
No, you didn't, dude.
And it gave you another talking point when you were talking to Lewis as well.
Who, me?
Yes.
I talked to him about that?
Yes, you did.
What did I say?
You're talking to you said, well, okay, what's the thing about stems? Because some people say it's for flavor, and some ask if it's just because they messed up. And he's like, no, that is on the maker, that is on the roller. There should not be any stems in there.
Yeah, see?
Wow.
If I pull a freaking tree out of there, it's their fault.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of screwed, though, by the time you got that cigar you're puffing on it.
Okay. There's a slight transition right now. It gets sweeter. Almost berry-like flavor. A little bit of berry. It got sweeter. But that metallic bitterness didn't go away. It's just that you can taste something else that's sweet.
So is it like chuckberry, like blueberry?
Chuck Berry.
I was waiting.
A cross between a cherry, you know, like those like bleached cherry,
Yeah.
and maybe blueberry, like a cross. Like it's got
So
that.
kind of little more tart.
Yeah, but sweet.
Yeah, Mayberry. Mayberry.
Yeah, Mayberry. Hey, maybe Mayberry. Open your mouth.
No,
baby.
no, no.
Here it
Okay.
comes.
It's probably a combination of cherry and cranberry.
Okay.
Cherry and
Little
cranberry.
bitter, little tart.
Cranberry.
Or like a craisin.
Not as sweet as a craisin. Craisins are very sweet,
I love craisins.
but it's
I'm
actually
crazy with
pretty
craisins.
pleasing. It's a transition. I like transitions, so it's actually pretty good. Because I was like, oh man, if this whole thing is just gonna taste like metallic wood.
Yeah.
All right, it settled down to a woodsy, oaky, cedary sweetness.
So it tastes like sweet wood.
It tastes like sweet wood.
Not like that. I'm trying not to go there. Okay, God, it's early.
Yeah, I know you are.
It's
Why
got
not?
this nice vegetation tone.
Do vegetables have a tone?
Yeah,
They
Tones
speak to you?
tones of green, tones of brown, tones of.
Oh my God.
I can see how this tastes good with the cognac. Now it makes me want to drink some cognac. I could go get some cognac.
I mean, if it's that bitter, then yeah, I can see that. Balance it out.
It's not that bitter. Like I said, it feels like I'm licking a board of aluminum.
That is not appetizing.
But it's not crazy bitter. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I can taste this metallic thing. It's almost like if you have you ever got to this point one like accident where you lose a lot of blood, and you look at your own pool of blood and you start to taste that metallic iron-like taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's how it kind of feels.
Oh, you bite your inside of your mouth, man. I hate that.
Right? You get that like that's
hate
what
that.
I'm reminiscing, right? Like when I lost a lot of blood on the floor and I
Oh
could
my
taste it.
gosh. That's terrible.
Well, you didn't really lose it. You knew where it was.
And you resorbed it.
No, but I never got it back, so I lost it.
You resorbed it. You know the episode.
Yeah. I resorbed the other fetus. So now I like to think I have the strength of a full-grown man and a tiny baby.
All right, so now this puff, I think, so 1/3 through, I think the metallic taste is starting to go away.
So what would be really, if you really want to know if it tastes like metal or stainless or something, go get some orange juice and you'll really know.
Yeah, you'll know.
I don't have any orange juice.
It was a joke, Tony. Have you ever like tasted orange juice in a stainless cup?
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's the grossest thing in the world.
Why would you put orange juice in a stainless cup?
Right.
Exactly.
Because if your company gets bought by another company in Florida, you drink orange.
I don't
It
get
was on
that.
The Office. It was an Office episode.
Yeah, that's from that show. But no, I
He
actually
got bought by a Florida company, and so he got orange juice.
Scientifically, you should never drink acidic juice in any metal container.
correct.
Right.
I learned about that the hard way when I was much younger.
All right, so like I would never try to drink orange juice in a metal cup because
I
you
think
just
apple
gotta
juice
drink all
is-
this oxidation on it.
Like apple juice kind of screws it over too, don't it?
There are canned apple juice.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Well, but the cans are coated.
The cans are coated, but a lot of time, unless you open it up, like if you just put a hole on it and just dump out the thing, you're never gonna be able to tell, right? But there are times when you open it, you gotta see rusting. You're just drinking rust.
That can't be good for you.
Yeah, that's why some babies didn't grow up well in China.
You're feeding them rusty juice.
Chinese people don't know what they're feeding their kids. Come on. You know how many babies die per year from eating Chinese crap? Survival of the fittest.
Or the fattest.
Yeah, that too. All right, you gotta be Asian first. You gotta survive the poison that your parents are feeding you.
Well, you gotta think about it. Way back in the day when you saw pictures of babies, or even my grandparents were that way. If the baby's really, really chunky, they're like, "Oh, that's a nice, healthy baby."
It is. Like every time, well, Chinese saying, okay, well, if you meet another Chinese person, you haven't seen each other for a long time, they say, "Oh, you got fatter." That's actually supposed to be a compliment. It means you live well, so you got fatter.
Yeah.
Right?
That would make me. I'd be like, "What are you saying? I'm fat? Fuck you."
But it's a saying,
Wow,
right? It's a
man.
saying. My wife absolutely hated it. She's like, "No, I got skinnier. I didn't get fatter." But
Yeah.
that's a saying. It's just like, "Oh, you live better. You look better."
It's see, and in America, they do that. Like, "Oh, hey, you're looking good. You lost weight," and you're like, "Oh yeah." It's
Yeah,
a good
but
thing.
that's PHAT.
No, but then when you say you lost
PH
weight,
fat.
for Chinese people, well, at least back in the day, right? You got to think of where the roots of that conversation came from, right? You say you lost weight, means you didn't eat. You worked too hard, so you lost weight, right? Buddha didn't ascend to be God because he was sitting there eating nothing. It's because he's fat as hell. Okay? When's the last time you see a skinny Buddha?
That's what I'm going to do, man. I'm working towards that.
All right?
I'm working on the weight.
Being a skinny Buddha?
No.
Actually, to become a relic, you end up not eating for like 3-4 years and die. That's how you become a relic. So, for Buddhism, to become a relic, you slowly eat less and less and less, and eventually don't eat, and then you will die in a obviously sitting like straight, the Buddhism sitting position, and you just become like mummified where you're sitting. And,
okay, I was confused for a second. I was like, if you don't eat for 4 years, you're going to be dead long before that.
Well, yeah. So you ascended to be God, and your body become a relic, right? You can't become a relic if you're not a saint. Because a relic is a piece of saint.
See, okay, I was having this conversation about. I know you guys probably are into Legend of Zelda, but in Breath of the Wild, okay, they have these 4. They call them champions that died trying to protect Hyrule, the overworld, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a problem with that. Why are they called champions if they lost and died? Wouldn't they just be martyrs?
No, champion. Another word for champion is just people who fight.
But don't you have to win to be a champion?
No, champion is a class. It's a job.
Okay, well, see, yeah, it originates. The game originates in Japan,
Yeah.
so okay, that makes more sense.
Champion is another word for a skilled monk. They fight.
Yeah, so that's what Queen was singing about. We are the skilled monks, my friends.
No, but like the term, it's like how they were fighters, so they're champion. And
That's probably has a deeper meaning than what you think it is.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, if you're, because you think about it's America, right? You think about sports. You're like, you can't be the champion for that year if you lost.
Here, let's get the Google definition of champion. Right?
And that's where I had a qualm with that. I was like, okay, you can't be a champion if you lost. Champions win; they're winners.
No, champion just fight.
Yeah, winners.
Okay, so
winners don't quit. Quitters don't
so
win.
there's 2 definitions, right? Number 1, a person who has defeated or surpassed our rivals in a competition. Number 2, a person who fights or argues for a cause on behalf of someone else.
Yeah, you champion a cause. I like that.
So that's what they're doing. They were fighting against evil, and they all died doing it.
And the third one is a person who supports a cause of or to defend something.
That's what they were doing. All right.
Right.
Cool.
So that's what it is.
I stand corrected.
So they can be champion because they were defending something. But for us, it's a monk.
And you have to fight monks in that game too.
Just don't fight the chicken. Never win.
Dude, it's funny. In this one, it's funny when you smack a chicken. If you smack it enough times, they come dive bombing at you from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Only people who play Salad will know that.
It's awesome. I love it. It's very
Entire
serious.
screen of flying chicken.
Because all of a sudden it gets like serious and dramatic, and the chicken's like, and then yeah, they start coming at you.
We had to hit it like 10 times in a row for the chicken to fly. But there is such thing.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
a nerdy talk. That's a nerd talk.
Sorry, I digress.
But yeah, so to be a
What
relic
do you
is a piece of saint or some saint that you had a piece of their body is a relic.
So I was doing something when I was reading about like the Nordic age, like the Vikings, and it was talking about when they were going into Britain and all that kind of stuff, and the first medicine that the Anglo-Saxons were practicing, and it was a lot of it went through the clergy, and that's what it was. Like they'd have to have like a relic, or a piece of a relic, and put that in with whatever they were making, whatever concoction they were making, and that was supposed to help heal you. And I was like, that's disgusting, and that's a good way to die.
Well, you're actually eating like calcified human beings. So
Yeah, it's like a piece of their cloth or a bone, and I'm like, okay, you're putting that with like ale or meat or whatever.
it cannot be
and
it cannot be a piece of clothing. It has to be a piece of their bone or flesh to be considered as relic.
That is awful.
Yeah.
Interesting. But
That's why it makes it rare, because there's only so many saints.
It goes good with fava beans and Chianti.
You know, in China, there's still a few statues that has the whole body of the saint in there, mummified.
Yeah.
So like they died out and they stayed out.
I think Jeremy something. He was big into utilitarianism, and he donated his body to his college, and you can see his mummified body in there.
I don't know
Wow.
what's good to see, to see somebody mummified, because that just reminds you how bad it is to die.
It's kind of neat though. Like especially like when you're talking ancient Egypt, they still have the mummies to this day, and you're like, it's the marvel of their own technology that they had, I guess is what
But
it is.
if you think of it this way, okay, the difference is, when you're talking about mummified, those mummified, the Chinese monks, they live until they're mummified. They were
That is
alive
pretty
until they
awesome.
just died. And before
Well,
they
yeah,
died, they used up every single ounce of their body fat.
Do you know? Speaking of mummies, do you know what music they like the most?
Were you in Walmart?
Was I in Walmart?
Yeah. Go ahead with the joke.
Rap. They like rap music.
Yeah.
Chinese
heard that.
Chinese
I
mummies
heard
don't
that.
use rap.
I heard that over their intercom thing at Walmart.
You know why?
Walmart can run into big trouble in the next few years,
Oh yeah.
because all their supplies are from China.
Yeah. Dude, and on top of that, that's what's bad about Walmart is they operate on like a 4% profit margin because they move so much volume.
Yeah, they can do that. It's just like Costco. You never think Costco how much money Costco is making out of stuff. They don't make profit from their stuff. They make profit from their membership, and they move shitload of amount of product.
And then Costco, at least from what I know, it could have changed, but they're on like 100. They're on a net 180 on top of that. And then they'll do deals with people. They're like, you know what? Okay, yeah, this stuff didn't sell. We're not going to pay for it. Take it back.
They can do that because
Yeah.
they move so much other thing. They are the #1 retailer of alcohol in the United States.
I believe that.
You would think that all the other booze company are like the #1. No, they are the #1. They move large quantities of alcohol. It's
When
crazy.
you're buying like 2 gallons of booze at a time, you can move a lot.
So yeah, people don't think about it. People think like, oh, Costco saving money, family thing, But they make a lot of money. Like
Oh, yeah.
people would never thought how Walmart are rich because obviously they sell cheap stuff. if you think about it, right? They're not premium. They're just a store that sells a bunch of stuff at a cheaper price. People go to Walmart. But that's the thing. There's more people in the lower class and middle class than rich people on top. So who's gonna make more money, right?
Yeah, it's volume. There's cigar retailers. That's how they do their business. It's on volume versus, you know.
This cigar has elements, and I say tastes very close. Tastes very, very close at this moment to a short stack Connecticut.
I see her. There you go.
It's got that
It doesn't-
sweetness. It's got that cedary a little bit. It's got a little bit of creaminess. It tastes like a freaking short stack Connecticut.
Why do you think they got discontinued?
Search far and wide for this.
They called Nicaragua, and they're like, "Hey, we need that."
Now it's sweet. Now it's like some
That's
sort
the
of like
profile,
a
brother.
Corojo and Connecticut kind of sweet.
That's the profile. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's what got me every time I had the original short stack Connecticut. I get like halfway, I'm like, boom, it tastes just like almonds. It was awesome.
Davidoff, really? Come on. I mean, tastes good. And I shouldn't say, okay, this tastes like another $2 steak, so it should be $2. So it just tastes good.
And when are you getting more? When are you getting more Cameroons in, man?
When I call them,
No,
And I
see,
order 'em?
that, Michael, you need to contact that company to get more of that Connecticut, and no matter how they do it, and so you can rename it to like that other stick.
the
Starts with the
LTOC,
number
baby.
100. It's like that other stick 100.
Nice. Instead of a Davidoff, it's gonna be a Davidon.
Davidoff. Right now, at this point, it's very sweet and very pleasing and very tasty. Right, it's halfway through. Very, very good. I feel like I'm smoking a short stack, but a little bit more stronger in flavor and strength.
Nice. That's saying a lot.
Yeah. What? Tastes good. So it's got that the sweetness, a little bit of that licorice sweet, like, you know, and maybe almondy, corojo-ish sweetness, a combination here. It's like candy, right?
Tastes
It's
just like
what-
candy.
It's what Steve Saka wish his cigar tastes like in terms of sweet.
You know, like as much as, you know, Steve Saka is himself, I actually enjoy watching interviews with him. I really do.
Because you think, is it because he was genuine? Because he's genuinely like that. So he's kind of genuine in a way.
Exactly. It's genuine, and then he will all the time get into like the business end of stuff. And I enjoy that a lot.
Hi, Mateo. Good vibes. Hope you're okay.
Price stepped on a cactus thorn because Martin grows
You know,
cactus.
usually I don't like this licorice Twizzler taste. Usually I absolutely hate it. But this combination makes that flavor taste pretty good.
Nice.
Like how I would like a Twizzler to taste like. I don't know how people can actually like Twizzler. I absolutely hate it because it has no flavor. It tastes watered down.
It's not good.
But this, if Twizzler tastes like this, I'll eat. I'll eat.
Tony, do you like those root beer hard candies?
That depends who makes it.
There's only one that looks good. It looks like a little barrel.
Japan has a lot of root beer candy.
Because like there's ones here where it looks, I can't remember the freaking what brand it is, but it looks like a little barrel. Those are freaking awesome. They taste just like root beer.
what I really like in terms of soda drink flavor stuff, I like those Coca-Cola gummy bears.
I've never had those.
Let me show you.
That's cool.
Is it new Coke or is it old Coke?
Is it new Coke Zero or old Coke Zero?
You know I'm right about that.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
Alright,
what
and
they
I'm
did
talking
this a
about the
long time ago.
Taiwanese kind, okay? I'm not talking about the Haribo kind. I'm talking about the Taiwanese kind.
Haribo's not that good.
Alright. So the Taiwanese kind looks like this.
Are there Coca-Cola Jelly Bellies?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Oh yeah, but there is. Yeah, Jelly Belly's gonna be in bed with everybody, man.
Because like Jelly Bellies, I mean, I don't eat a lot of candy, but man, you give me some good freaking Jelly Bellies, and I'm there.
Yeah, I bet it does, Mateo.
Like those popcorn ones, bomb.
I'm good at it. It still hurts a bit. Alright, hopefully you're okay.
ask,
Get better soon.
Ask your dad to smash your finger.
Yeah, it'll take your mind off of it.
This is our Coca-Cola candy. We always make fun of
cool.
it because it's only half bottle. The other half is flat.
That's cool though.
Tastes really good. We grew up into it. Grew up with it. This is something that in the 1980s that you still can find them. Very hard to find, but you still can find them. We used to play like a little game, almost like a. You know those Christmas box you can buy every day? You poke a hole and you grab a candy out of it.
Yeah.
Taiwan has this kind of game, almost like gamble. You pay 1 yuan, and you get to poke a hole and grab a ticket out of it. The ticket will tell you if you win something, and that's one of the prizes. So that's how we used to get it. Let's see if I can find a picture of that.
But I was watching this candid camera, and this was back in black and white days, man, when they had like black and white TV. And they had this thing where you could go up and pay like a dime or something or a nickel and get a roll. And like you open up this little container, this little, open up this little deal and reached in and got this roll where the oven was, you know what I'm saying? Like little compartments. And so they stuck a string around the roll. And so when people reached in and grabbed the little plate, the roll stayed on.
Okay.
Yeah, people so pissed, man. They're sticking their arm in, trying to grab the roll, and
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get all these pictures together so I can tell you guys how that is. Just hold on a second.
See, Mateo, now you got a story you can tell, man. That's valuable, buddy.
Street credit.
True.
Yeah, street credit.
Good story never hurts.
Or someone else gets hurt, and you're like, that's nothing, man. You can handle it.
It's an icebreaker. You're like, so this alligator had a hold of my foot. It's crazy.
Okay. I found these. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's an example of how it looks like. Not all of them look like that, but here's an example.
Tell the nurse you need a hug.
Tell them. Okay, I don't want to say it in case they're on speaker, then we'll be in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so here it goes. The stores kind of look like this back in the day. This is the kind of stores that we have in like every little, like little kids go to that kind of stuff. Okay, little kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And the tickets, they look like this. Oh, big. Look at that. Alright? And you can see like one of them was taken off, like one of the thumbs up was taken off, and they flipped over. And that has like color white on it. So white, you get to choose one kind of the price from a white pile. Blue, you get another pile, and the red, you get another pile.
Oh, that's cool.
Usually, you win food, and that's one of those things you can win. Okay, That's one of those things you can win. And they, all kind of candy. And this candy doesn't cost anything really. Like you can buy those candy for cheap, right? But that's what kids go back in the days. So
Well, it's
we'll
like
have
we used
like
to play-
1 yuan. What? Okay. If you don't know how much 1 yuan is, 30 yuan is $1.
Okay.
Right? So we had different kind of like, they just look like this. You just go to the store and you're given 1 yuan, and then you just pick and choose which one, and then you win a different kind of food. So
That's like when we used to play skee ball. You'd waste like $5 to get 25 cents worth of candy or something.
but that's for kids, 1 yuan to be able to get some candy, that's really really good. So we always want to win that kind of stuff. Just for some candy. Sometimes you win like a really good prize. It could be toy. Sometimes there will be toy. Okay. I think there used to be one of the place where it has like the grand prize was one of those fake gun that looks like those rolling barrel, but what you do is when you trigger, it hits like a pack of like a small amount of fire powder, so it just make the pop sound.
Cap gun.
Yeah, cap gun. That's what it is. So yeah, we will try to win that. We'll spend like your New Year money to do that.
I used to get a hammer and like just bang the whole world up, man, at one time. That was fun.
I don't know how yours like are set up, but back in the day, the ways that we have it, they're in a circle, right? It's just all like red on the top, so.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, those two. Hammers worked on that too.
And that's what we get. And then we'll chase each other around the town with that gun, and then we'll run out really quickly because each one only have like a 6 or 8 shot. Yeah. You had to go by and win some more ammos. It's fun. For New Year's, it's really fun.
That's like we used to have this Mexican candy that was super popular when I was a kid. And yeah, it was like 35 cents. And I don't know, they took it off the market because it was like a lot of sodium and all kinds of crap, and it's super bad for us, but it was so good. I understand. Good times.
Good times.
There are some stores that still exist of these kind of stuff. And I feel it's hard. Like how they survive is, it's like really, I don't think they're making any money. They're just doing it because they're still kids now. They're not gonna make money out of it, right? So
I've always wondered that about we have the little like the little 99-cent stores here, and a lot of them are owned by Asian people, and I always tried to figure out how they make any money.
Like there's no way for you to hold that big of a store and make 1 yuan at a time.
Oh wow.
It's all candy. You can see it's all candy in the front. Like the whole
cigarettes and booze behind the counter and rest candy, right?
Yeah, well, the cigarette and the booze are always for adults when they bring their kids over, But here's the thing: adults like to send their kids to go buy their cigarette and alcohol because they're playing mahjong. They don't have time. So these kind of stores kind of bank on that because when you send the kids over, whatever you bought, the change left over, you can buy those tickets. So that's usually what happens.
The roll of paper caps is way better than the little plastic discs because there was a lot more.
Yeah, and they when you use the hammer on them, it's like,
oh my gosh, we actually tried to make ours last because nobody would buy us more.
Yeah, I can't find the image. Maybe I could.
But it always get off center.
Oh yeah, the rubber band would break, and the damn gun. I have to take it apart and fix it. Put another rubber band in there.
That's it. What's up, Greg?
Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. I found it. Oh, this is the better version than what we had at our time, okay? This one's got BBs in it.
BB gun?
It's a pop gun with BBs.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So, hey, YouTube, this is a toy, all right? Don't flag me. Come on. Charge. Come on.
That old lady was just a toy?
No. It didn't go through.
That's after show talk, brother.
So that little red thing in the round is what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can still win these.
Nice.
But this is a lot better than what I had. When we had it, it doesn't shoot anything. So apparently this one shoots something. So that's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, nowadays, I don't think any kids play with that kind of stuff. Really, to be honest.
No, they won't let the kids have it.
Here we go. Somebody show, like, what they collect as, like, prizes back in the days. Here we go.
Yeah, we had cap guns that were made out of metal. Because I remember I had some of those, and then yeah, they started going to plastic.
Here we go. So look at this. This is why you can win.
That looks like a bunch of good candy, man.
Those are,
And
like,
and a Tamagotchi.
nowadays Tamagotchi costs like $1. So yeah, you can technically win.
Hey, when those Tamagotchi Neo Pet things were like super popular, that shit was crazy.
So you can see, like, one of those. Did you see on the right hand top corner? There's a tube that looks like plastic paste.
Yeah.
Right on top of the Coca-Cola
Yeah.
candy. Those are super glues.
That's a toy.
Okay, so like rubber cement. So you take a small piece of it and put on the straw and you can blow bubbles. Because like
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
that's the ones that, like, kids love because it smells like super glue. That's how we go
awesome.
crazy. We're smoking like glue.
Did you see the goat's milk thing?
Hmm?
What is that? Goat's milk chocolate?
Goat's milk chocolate? Yeah,
That would be
I
good.
think that's a wafer. Hold on.
Goat's milk?
Yeah, what is that?
I had to look closely to find out what that is. It's
Gummy
a
pizza.
okay. It is a milk vitamin candy.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely for kids.
Yeah,
Got the little
all these are
sticky
for kids.
hands.
The fake tattoos.
Yeah, sticky
the
hands, all the
silly
fun
the
shit.
silly sticky
No.
hand thingy. You can just throw it and, like, it expands. The
Tattoos.
string that look like chili to the left.
Yeah.
Those are actually plum skin.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
And then the square box in the middle, those are gum. Each box has 3 gum. Fruit flavor gum. And
But the
apparently
goat's
these are
milk
orange.
thing, the goat's milk is for kids.
All these are for kids. The pizza is gummy bear pizza.
Yes,
Um,
Albertitas.
And the other ones are like chocolate and stuff. I don't know what that grenade thing is. I would think that it's those like pop candy.
Okay, like Pop Rocks?
Yeah.
I'll say this though, man. When you got the little pizza gummy bear, I would eat that and be disappointed.
It's not supposed to be, high class, thing. It's supposed to be cheap stuff that just entertains kids.
I want it to taste like pizza, brother. I'm just saying.
When you're a kid, you don't care. You just care that you
No,
want something.
I was a kid and I cared. It bothered me.
Okay, it's like when they came out with the freaking pizza flavored Pringles. They don't taste like pizza.
No.
It tastes like Italian seasoning.
Yeah, pretty much.
They were good though. I liked them when I was a kid. I thought they were cool.
So now those are back in the days. That's why we got entertained. That's entertainment. That's the best form of entertainment. Where you go out and hang out with friends. Play games together. Not like today, going on a date, you're probably staring at your phone. Very different time.
Yeah, I don't like when I see that happen. Like kids are out on a date or something, and they're like both sitting there on their phones, and I'm like, "Were you guys texting each other? What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like those are fun time. I mean, that doesn't cost a lot of money, and I remember those are fun time because I told you guys I used to live in the mountainside farm area. There's a lot of kids, and we run around the whole town, back in the mountain and everything. We'll do all kind of things, and every day feels great, even though we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And in fact, my family, even though it's pretty well off, we have like a 4-story house, that will actually have 2 sides. If it will fit a family of 10, no issue. And,
Oh wow.
But even that, our entire family has 1 car. 1 car. That whole area at the time, only 1 family has a Super Nintendo. The rest of the family has a Nintendo.
That was me. I had a Nintendo till
Only
1996.
one family had a Super Nintendo. Okay, and I remember we have one bicycle, and that's not even a bicycle; it's a tricycle for someone that's like 6 years old. All right, and one wheel was broken.
So it's a bicycle.
No, it still have that wheel on it. It's just broken, right? And then so you're riding on 2 wheel plus 1 assist wheel. What's funny is nobody can ride that except my cousin. Because he just throw you off balance every time. But for some reason, he can ride straight. Everybody else is like, what the hell? He can ride it. Nobody else can.
Martine had an Atari. Dude, I got to play an Atari, but I got my Nintendo in 1989. And then I had that until the 64 came out in 96.
I had my Nintendo
I had a ColecoVision.
1980.
I have to play one of those, too.
I think 1987 was 1988. I had my Nintendo.
They were actually pretty hot for about 6 months to a year.
What, Nintendo?
Coleco.
Coleco.
Oh, okay. We didn't even have that in Asia at the time. But yeah, having Nintendo was like everything. Like, we had to trade cartridges because it's so expensive.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah, dude. Got to, like, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and all that crap. Had to, like, trade my Mario or whatever to somebody for a week.
Clubber Lang, right? Clubber Lang or something?
Yep.
Yeah. We have, like, those, like, Tank, Contra. Contra was the it, okay? At that time, anybody who had Contra, you had people waiting in front of the door before you wake up.
Oh, yeah. Contra's awesome.
Right? For a long while, my family had the only TV in town.
Wow.
All right? And the TV is tiny. We had this freaking cabinet you had to open up just to see the TV.
That's
All right?
awesome.
And the antenna runs all the way to the roof, and we always go and break that thing. It's funny.
Dude, I took, okay, you know when those little NES classics came out that are like this big? I got one of those.
You mean Pocket Watch?
No, the Super Nintendo, or I mean the Nintendo, when Nintendo re-released them a couple years ago, the little NES classics, they called them. They're like this big. They looked like a little Nintendo. And it had like the original, yeah, it had like 30 games on it. No, look it up. It's called the NES Classic. They re-released it a few years ago. I took it, I hacked it, and I've got 1,000 games on it. Because I have almost every Nintendo game that ever came out.
Oh, you're talking about the little tiny one you plug a USB to the thing. I mean, the
Yeah,
TV.
I have that one. I have the Super Nintendo, and I hacked the Super Nintendo also, and I've got 300 games on that one.
I almost bought it when I was in Japan. But like, I asked myself how often when I would play it. And I was just like, no, probably not.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Because the difference is that the US Classic Edition looks completely different than the Japan Edition. Japan Edition is red and white. And the US edition is that gray box.
The nice thing, the nice thing at least is I have them at least on something. Because I had them, I mean, all the games are still on my PC. But at least they had the emulator worked out well on that little thing to play it on a new TV.
They upscaled it a little bit, so it's not like pixelized, kind of weird.
Yeah, and then you can take and you can they have a mode where you can put the scan lines, so it looks like a
That with the line, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let me show you how the Japan one looks like.
Love it. I love that thing.
So when I came to US, I did not recognize NES because it looks completely different than what we had. I did not even know they're the same stuff. The cartridge are not interchangeable.
Ah.
This is how it looks like.
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I have seen. They call it the Famicom.
Yeah, but that's NES, and you plugged it from the top. We don't have the cover and push it in and all that stuff. We don't have that.
Yeah, the top down was a way better design than the one that we had, anyways.
Yeah, because you had to blow it, so it's easier if you don't have to open up every time. You can literally just pour it up and blow it and put it back up.
Yeah, you had to have the magic touch to get the NES to work, man.
Yeah, just enough. Don't shove too much. So yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, that I remember 3 doors down, the little kid has Super Nintendo, and oh my god, he was like the god for our kids. Like, you know, when you go play that Super Mario World, oh my god, you're like,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I got to play that Olive 3 times when I was a kid, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Now I have it. That's fun.
And then yeah, you gotta play until you solve everything. That was great. That was great. I remember when that game, like, no, that was it, you know. But good times, fades. Now we're like, play. I don't know. The game, you can literally, all those games, if you really look into it, you can finish the game within an hour. Every single game. But for some reason, none of us ever beats any game. Like, how many of you actually beat Super Mario Brothers? Back when you were a kid.
Yes. I
Okay.
beat it when I was like 6 years old or 7.
Because that last stage, A1, A2, all the way to, A4, will have drive you insane by keep running to loops.
Yep.
Right? And a lot of people just give up. I remember the only few games that we kind of beat are like the Goonies, Contra, which you actually know when you finish the game. What else are there? Rockman. I don't know.
I remember
I
beating,
think the US is called
Castle
Mega Man.
Wolfenstein.
US is called Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega
like
Man's
Ninja
cool.
Gaiden. Those like the kind of game that we kind of beat.
I
Right?
remember
Ninja Gaiden
beating
is so fun.
Castle Wolfenstein.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like that. I'm all about Zelda. I'm with that. Yes.
yeah, Zelda is definitely one of the classic things that kind of brought the game into a next level, right?
Back then, but I was a poor child, so I did not.
And I just got
All right.
disconnected. I just got disconnected for a little bit.
All right. How
Is it
many
back?
of you remember Commander Keen?
Commander Keen. That does not ring a bell.
Look it up, Tony. Commander Keen.
Commander King?
Commander Keen. Keen.
I got to get another cigar for this.
Oh my god, that game?
This is getting deep.
That
So
game.
that was created by this guy right around the corner from me.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a game that changed PC gaming. That was like
just down the
it.
street. Just down the street from us. It was what's the name of the company?
Yes, that's it.
What is the game? What's the company? Activision?
No, Commander Keen.
Commander King is made by Activision.
No.
Owned by Activision for a long time.
No, they may have owned it, but
I can look it up.
they-
Hold on.
Yeah, it might have got bought out by somebody eventually.
Commander
no,
King.
originally it started off as
ID software.
Apogee Games.
ID
Apogee.
software.
Did you say ID? ID?
ID.
Yeah, but it was Apogee is who started it.
Apogee?
Yeah,
Apogee
they were
got
right
bought-
around the corner here in Garland. Yeah.
Yeah, Apogee got bought by id, which now Bethesda owns id.
What do you say the company was?
Apogee.
Yeah, they were right around the corner from where I live, man.
You sure it's
I
not
knew a
listed
guy-
here though?
There's a guy I know. This guy I'm real good friends with. He knew the programmers over there.
That's
And
cool.
so I got the like software for free.
Over here it says that it's a series of side-scrolling platform video game developed primarily by ID Software. It did not mention Apogee. Oh, it does.
Apogee might have-
Okay, it did. And published by Apogee.
There you go.
So it's developed by ID and published by Apogee.
id Software.
It's a shareware title.
Yep, it sure was.
It's been around for a long time.
How many people actually remember what shareware is?
I know what it is.
Nowadays, the people, what's shareware? Shareware is pretty much back in the day as free software.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, you gotta search for shareware, and I think like WinRAR for a while was a shareware.
WinRAR. Wow. Does anybody even use that anymore?
Well, I use 7-zip, but I still have WinRAR.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I've got WinRAR on my computer. I don't remember the last time I used it. I use 7-zip for everything.
Right? WinMX
Wow.
was a shareware, right?
Yeah.
What was the one that got kicked off online because it got sued? Net something.
I don't remember now. Shit. You're not talking about Napster, are you?
Yeah, Napster.
Yeah, Napster. That was awesome.
That was
kinds of free
Napster,
music.
right? That was pretty cool. And like P2 Hop.
Yeah.
P2 for those people who doesn't know P2 Hop only happens in university and college. You can only use those in that kind of environment because the bandwidth are crazy. We will get warning letters from the university to tell you not to use it because it takes majority of the bandwidth.
See, that's what I said. The kids now don't understand like the plight that we had to go through if you wanted to download a song
Oh
or
my
an
God.
album. That was like a couple days, man.
Yeah, if you want to download a 2 megabyte MP3 file, that will take you 3-4 days, and hopefully nobody has picked up the phone.
And then when torrents came around, oh boy.
There was something came before torrents which allow you to resume download. That was like the best thing ever invented.
I remember LimeWire. Yep, I used that.
And then Napster, LimeWire, there was something else too. There was a few platforms that allow you to download in chunks. And that was the best thing ever. All right. And that was around the time where home cable just started to get more popular.
Yep, I had home cable. I was one of the first ones with home cable.
Yeah. When I got home cable, I was
At home. At home.com.
Right? But before that, you're like NetZero, AOL, MSN. What else? I think AOL was the most popular at that time. Somehow AOL just fell off the surface of Earth. Believe it or not, there are still people that use AOL.
I know I've seen like people with AOL email addresses. I'm like, is that still around?
AOL is still a good amount of places. They still have present in good amount. It's crazy. There's a lot of people that still use dial-up. Believe it.
Wow.
So they merged with Time Warner.
Sorry, Duke Nukem.
Duke
Heck yeah.
Nukem?
Duke
Yeah,
Nukem,
that was
baby.
the same one created by Apogee. Yeah.
Shake it, baby. Yeah. Okay, so that's a funny little story. Also, when Duke Nukem, when they were making the game for Nintendo 64, they were having such an issue with development and people leaving and this, that, and the other, that by the time that game came out, it was almost at the end of the life cycle of the Nintendo 64, but it was so behind in like graphics.
And I think that's the charm of it, though. People don't play that because it had good graphics. It's because that guy is an asshole.
Yeah, you go to the strip club and you're giving him money. He's like, yeah, shake it, baby. And you're like, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so
Wolfenstein, dude, I love those games.
So
that is like one of the best. The later ones, that is like one of the best premises for any kind of game in the world.
Okay, over here on Wikipedia it says, on May 3rd, 2021, Verizon announced it will sell AOL and Yahoo to Apollo for $5 billion.
They have that kind of worth?
Yep.
Wow.
That just tells you how many people still uses crazy dial-up.
Oh man, I don't miss that.
I remember back in the day, we would just go change the WAV file that says you've got mail to something else. But yeah, oh my god, that people don't realize there are a lot of people that are obviously better lifestyle now using cable and internet Wi-Fi stuff. And imagine those people still have to hear, dial-up sound. And you gotta pray, please, is the higher the speed. It's not the, it's not 14.4, 56.
I just want to download one picture. Come on.
Oh my god. Right? Because I remember back in the day, you had to wait minutes for a web page to load.
Oh heck yeah.
Now you if a web page doesn't load fast enough, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, you're like back then you had to clear your cache and your cookies and stuff because or else it was gonna take forever.
You go to the library with the diskette. Hopefully you'll fit 3 images on it. You gotta do your report. You gotta find 5 disks.
Oh my lord!
I saw this little It's not a cartoon. Comic. It says this. It has this guy. He's holding up a one of those 3.5-inch floppy disks, you know.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Look, kid, you know what this is?" And the kid's like, "Yeah, that's like a 3D printed save icon."
They
Oh my
haven't
God.
even, and they think that's bad. Like nobody, I think people nowadays probably will not recognize a floppy disk yet.
I had somebody ask me what Oregon Trail was.
It's a great game.
That shit
Well,
made me
that
feel
was Oregon
so
Trail
old.
was where Lois and Clark, which they made like a television series of that later, traveled, right?
No.
Lois and Clark, right?
No, it was not Lewis and Clark.
Oregon, that was the Oregon Trail,
No.
but they followed the same trail that Lois and Clark had.
Yeah, they were trying to find the ocean. But yeah, no. And then somebody asked me that, and I was like, "Wow, now you're legitimately making me feel kind of old."
All right, man, I'm gonna look it up because
Back in the days,
If I'm
the
wrong,
games,
tell me. It's cool.
Oregon Trail, Carmen San Diego. Carmen San Diego is actually newer because it's color. So,
That was so much fun.
Pac-Man, Sim City. How many people remember single color Sim City?
I would not play that. I didn't like it.
I absolutely love it. Black and white Sim City. That was a great game.
Like I was telling them, I was like, for one, the Oregon Trail's a real thing, but I was like, it was a cool game. You had to put your wagon train together and get your supplies, and then your oxen would die or drown and shit. And
Your
people
whole
would die
entire
of
cruise
dysentery.
whole entire crew can get sick of gangrene.
Yeah. You get
Dysentery.
bit by a snake, you die of dysentery. God. Epic.
You get your hunt. You see the bullet that fly by, just a dot.
And then somebody back east is like, "How come Michael don't write no more?"
He's dead.
That was cool. Yeah, Martin says AOL chat room was AIM was like the best thing ever created for a long time. Right? Who does not use instant messaging?
Actually, IRC was better, really.
IRC, ICQ. I use
Was
ICQ.
better. IRC was better. MIRC was the one.
Those that you actually have to know. Those are like, like the Merc
like
and the
Merc.
IRC are like Discord back in the day.
Yeah,
If you think
I
about
like Merc and I like Perch.
But you had to learn that there is some learning curve to that. You had to learn
Little
the
bit.
code. You had to find the rooms and stuff like that. It's actually not that simple. But
Then
yeah,
you-
it's
then you
basically
could, like slap people with a trout all day long.
like people who doesn't know what that is basically think of Discord, but like bone structure, nothing but text.
Yeah.
That's what MRC is.
Yeah, and live chat. I mean, like real live chat. Like
Yeah. Dude, anything that was like that was the coolest damn thing ever.
That was back in the day. Right? That makes us feel old. I feel old. I feel old. Like we saw, like our generation saw the rise of internet.
Yeah. It's like the first program I ever learned at one of the jobs that I had, like warehouse jobs.
Hello world.
It was on a DOS system. And one of the younger kids that started there, he's like, "This doesn't make sense." I was like, "No, this actually makes a lot of sense."
Yeah, because the commands are always standard. You don't have to change it around. Like MS DOS was easier to use than Windows for quite amount of time. Believe it or not, some people don't understand that there's a reason why the DOS prompt was there for a long time.
People don't even know that Windows today its skeleton is still based on the MS DOS. Still.
Kind of.
No, that's why you have command line and stuff. You can run a command prompt.
Right.
It's
you can run a
still in
command
there.
prompt. But it kind of skips it here and there. It's
Yeah.
not running the same code as before. But back in the days, you can do whatever. You can go into a freaking god mode with DOS. You can change
you
anything,
had himim.sys, config.sys.
right?
Yeah.
You can literally change everything. Like you go into a computer and like all the like files are locked and everything. You can do MS DOS. Boom, you open it up. No password. Go into it. Right? So long as you know how to use your
because-
dir, your CD,
and it pissed off all the Linux people, man.
Well, I mean, Linux is kind of similar. I mean, if you think about it, it's still command prompt. So long as you know your
Yeah.
super users, you're fine. Learn your
Yes.
super user command.
It's as cool as Linux is. I don't have the time for that.
SU everything, just SU. Right? People nowadays don't know that. People nowadays just like, oh, I know how to use a mouse. What is command prompt? Like this thing's so complicated. Why am I doing this?
Well, it's like people don't understand why there's a C drive. Why everything still goes. Your initial drive is written to C. They don't understand why that is.
Because they don't have disk drive anymore.
Well, it's because like back in the day, yeah, you had the Macs, and then the IBMs had like your first disk, second disk, A
Yeah.
drive, B drive, and then when
A
you finally
drive
had
and
a
B
hard
drive are disk drive.
yeah, it was
And
your
D
C
drives are CD drive for those people who doesn't have CD drive anymore. B drive are your disk drive,
Mhm.
right? The CD drive, and the A drive and B drive are the diskette drive. A lot of
'Cause you
times
can
you need disk A and disk B, and you kind of need both.
You can jack up certain programs now when they're calling on your system.
Mhm.
If you rewrite your C drive to something else, or some that still won't work right to this day.
Yeah,
when they
if you
write the
install your
programs.
Windows somewhere else, a lot of time because you I think standard boot installed
It's
to
C drive.
yeah,
Mhm.
C system. But like no, you could change it, but then you're gonna absolutely hate it. You're gonna absolutely
Oh, yeah.
hate it every time you have to do it, right?
Yeah, then you go to run a program and it's like it won't work, and you're like, what the?
Yeah, you gotta go define your drive somewhere else. Well, nowadays you can just do slash drive because automatically go to window based. So
Yeah.
But back in the
Shit's
day,
awesome.
there wasn't such thing. It would drive you crazy, right? It drives you crazy. Back in the day, we have Z drive. How many people actually use Z drive back in the day?
A Z drive?
I'm not talking about zip drive, but how many people knows what Z drive is?
I thought you were talking about a zip drive.
No, not talking about zip drive.
Z drive. That'd be like a network drive, right?
A Z drive is an emulated drive.
Oh, okay. So it's I know what you're talking about.
So those people
Yes.
doesn't know. Back
We
in the
got
day,
your stuff.
back in the days, there are a lot of people who cannot afford a hard drive. So we will emulate a drive using Deskit.
Yeah.
And then that drive will pop up as Z.
Wow.
Wow,
Nobody
yeah.
could afford a hard drive back in the day. The thing was like $500 for freaking
Yeah, it was.
10 megabytes.
Right. Those are the time, all right? If you think a hard drive are expensive today, like your M.2 drives $100, let me tell you, back in the day, the hard drive like $500, okay?
$500, man. I remember we had a guy in our office, man. He sent out an email. He says, "Hey, is anybody up for a non-violent hard drive or no non-violent drive-by?" So he wanted to buy a case of hard drives and sell. We all pitch in and buy one for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was a
those-
non-violent drive-by.
all right, it's really
It was
Hard
real,
time.
man.
that's
was
why
real.
when zip drive came out, it was like the best thing ever because it's 100 megabytes. It's 100 megabyte and the drive is only it's like $100, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, oh my god, because at the time, if you get a CD writer, it's $600 to $1,000.
So was it a SCSI? You had to get a SCSI
SCSI
card
drive?
there too, right?
And
Yeah.
now usually the drive pop up as G drive. For those people who
Yeah.
don't know, when you plug it in, it's G drive.
So
Surprisingly,
what was
actually
the
remember
gig of, there was one that was 500, I think. It wasn't a zip. It was the other one. It was maroon.
this. Starts with a Q. I
No, it
think.
wasn't Q. Wasn't Q. It was zip drive, and then there's another one. Hold on.
Dude, a lot of that stuff is just shit that I could dream of because I didn't have money for that. I was like, oh my God, that is so cool.
Jazz drive.
Jazz, yeah. It's a jazz.
Jazz drive holds 1 gigabyte.
Oh my God, a jazz drive? I haven't
Yeah.
heard of that since I was like a teenager, man.
Wow, that makes you feel old. But yeah, we
Yeah,
got
jazz
jazz
drive was
drive,
fun.
and jazz drive still look like this. They're just thicker.
Uh-huh.
So like nowadays, people's like, oh, this SD cards are so large. Yeah, okay. Those people didn't know. Back in the day, there's a game called Doom. Doom takes 8 discs.
Yeah.
All right, a stack of discs just to install Doom, and that hopefully you have a Windows, you have a high enough hard drive, 486 and plus, to install that Doom.
Dude,
Right.
I don't remember what the last game that I ever got that was a physical copy as a computer game, but it was 4 CDs. That was like, that felt like forever.
Not to mention, after the 4 CD, you still had to put disc 1 in there to play.
Yeah.
You
Or
gotta
like when
install all 4, and then you gotta put disc 1 in there to play.
or when it finally had a CD drive and you had to back up Windows.
Oh my god.
It's like 10 freaking discs.
Yep.
God.
Yep.
For
Yep.
XP.
Those
Oh my
are
god.
tough times. Those are tough times. I mean, people have it good today. All right. Oh, I lost my window. Just go online and download it.
Yeah. You're okay. Here's my thumb drive. I'm gonna save an image. All right, boom. Yes, my ISO is ready to go.
Right? It's like you can just like, I gotta back up my entire hard drive and then go to sleep. You just put it and then go to sleep. Back in the day, you like, please insert a new disk, and you wait for like 20 minutes, and you're like, that's 2. Think.
Dude,
That's a long ass time.
I remember oh my god, my old computer was gonna crash. I had to go get a whole freaking 50 pack of CDs to back everything up. So
I
could
still
put
have
it into
those.
the new one.
I still have
Oh
those
God,
dongles
dude.
of CDs,
Oh
DVDs,
my
and stuff.
God.
I have like a whole case of those because like, you don't need them anymore, right?
No.
650 megabytes. Nobody needs that anymore. So that holds like what, half MP3 movies,
Oh my lord.
right? So nobody use that anymore. But back in the days, those are how students and kids get by, right? Those are how we live. Those are like the medias that we have. When MP3 player came out, like those sticks came out, that was like, really? You know? It was different time. It was definitely a different time. And today, we're like, oh, we can have internet chat, we can smoke in front of it. Try to do a video chat back in the day.
No.
Alright? Even with cable back in the day, you cannot video chat. You cannot. Right? Everything costs an arm and a leg. Alright? The screen, the computer screen are like 50,000 pounds. And somehow, you know it's not that heavy, but it's heavy. Right? The keyboard, the white keyboard. Everybody remember those white keyboards?
Oh hell yeah.
Like, you know, after use for a little bit, it turns yellow, green color. Yeah, I remember those. But hey, those are the easy time where like the computer really just plug 3 things because you cannot afford anything else. You just plug mouse, keyboard. That's all you just plug those. That's it, right? And 1 wire for the screen. Now we have like 50,000 wires back in the computer.
Oh, hell yeah, I gotta have all my peripherals.
Computer. Like people don't realize the growth of computer, right? Back in like how the computer come about. Nowadays, like you have a little tiny laptop. Back in the day, the laptop is the size of your computer.
I mean, like whoever thought that we'd have almost all the same capability on our damn phone?
Yeah, I remember when Steve Jobs actually announced it. He said, think about it. An iPod, a cell phone, an iPod, a phone, and browser. And like he was talking that one after another, and he keep repeating it. He's like, you know where I'm going, right? Introducing the iPhone. Everybody, ah! You know, people like die. People literally die when iPhone came out. That was the time. All right,
dude, I thought an iPod video was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Right, and back in the day, iPods are like this thick.
The jump.
They
Dude,
were literally a hard drive in there. There's literally disk in there, spinning disk
Yeah,
in there.
no, because I had an iPod Classic, 120 gig iPod Classic. Okay, I had so much music on there. I'm talking like 30, 40,000 songs on there, and the ARM came off of my hard drive.
Oh my god.
I took it apart and put it back on. It worked for like another almost year, and then the hard drive
Well,
just
that's
crashed.
the time where you gotta back up everything again.
Yeah, I had it all backed up, man. Oh my god.
Yeah. How many people are as dumb as me went out and bought Zoom?
Did you buy a Zune?
I bought Zoom.
Why?
Oh my god.
I'm a nerd. I buy everything.
The
So I have
turd.
iPod. I bought Zoom too. So
The turd.
that is a paperweight.
It was brown. It looked like a brown turd, man.
But it came out, so it was interesting. I already had iPod at the time. I just figured, why not try something
Yeah.
else too?
Oh yeah. No, you're
But that's literally where Microsoft failed big time. They had Zoom and Zoom 2, and then all of a sudden just forgot about it. It's like, nope, no support, no nothing.
Microsoft does that with a lot of stuff. They're like, Google does that too. They're terrible with that. Google's like, we're going to come out with this. And then 6 months later, yeah, we quit.
How many people spend $2,000 on Google Glass? Google Glasses. That was $2,000.
Oh my God.
Was it like the Founders Edition or something like Explorer Edition? It's just a little cube on there. And then like not long after, even my the snow goggles that I used to snowboard has a little thing down there. Is it useful? No, it actually made me trip a lot more because I'm focusing on the little dot and I just keep falling over everything I hit. So I haven't been using that for a long time, but that was pretty cool. So yeah, technology grows slowly. And you would think this way, okay? Why hasn't technology for cigar cigar has been like the same?
What else are you going to do with it? It's classic, man.
Well, I know it's classic, but it just doesn't feel like anybody has made cigar easier. I feel like everybody made cigar more complicated over time.
Of course. Well, it's like, okay, like I don't like golf, okay? Golf has its intricacies and all that stuff. What have they done with golf besides make it a lot more complicated with all their different clubs and like the shafts made all this different shit and blah blah blah.
But that makes sense though, because those clubs actually give you advantage to a swing. It does. It really does. All right.
Well, but I mean, but you're going to put a person into it, right? People do that when they get into cigars. They jump into it. They're overwhelmed, right? You got somebody that's going to start at golf. I hate golf, but somebody that's going to start at golf, and all of a sudden you're enamored with all this shit.
No, that's different though, because if you go to a golf place, they will tell you not to buy name brand. They will tell you to start with something heavy and hard to do. Learn your swing first before you get something lighter. Because if you start with something lighter, like those carbon sticks and stuff like that, you gotta swing so hard, you're not gonna hit anything. So they tell you to use the crappy sticks first. Use the longer one. Go learn your thing. Go learn your swing. Go put a stick in front of it and just swing 1,000 times. Right? Because if you gotta use any of those high-tech ones, it's because you know what your problem is. Right? If you go find those drivers that has the high technology, it's really usually says you can add weight. So if you tend to slice your balls, you put the weight at a certain angle so that you're less likely to slice. It actually does work.
We'll see, but they made it. All right.
All right. Have a good night, man.
Good night, bud.
See, but they made it more complicated.
No, they made it easier. You only use it if you're good at it, and you knew that your problem is. You will never use those unless you're good at it, because those sticks are like $500 anyway. One driver, $500. Whereas you can buy a whole set for $200.
Wow.
So that's a difference. Like you can buy a whole, driver, fairway, and all that stuff, all the way to your irons for like $200.
Damn.
But if you want to buy one of those high-tech golf club, which you literally have to know how to use it because you had to add the weights to it, it's $500, $600. So you would never go do that. Plus, you had to go get the stick fitted because they are different length. Different height has a different length. So yeah, like for golf, they didn't make it more complicated. They made it so that I don't know why, because it's weird, right? Because you bought stick to give you advantage, right? But yet, like if you're running and the shoe gives you advantage, the shoe is banned.
It's true.
Right? If you go play baseball and then like the baseball bat hollowed or cord, you get banned. It's like, wait, so all the other sport you can get the stick or whatever equipment to gain advantage, whereas running and baseball you can't. It makes no sense. Right?
I wonder why. See, I've never understood that about baseball. Because wouldn't you assume that a heavier bat would make you be able to hit it farther because of the kinetic energy?
Not necessarily, because a heavier bat means it will actually take a lot of force, right? Whatever amount of force is absorbed is not being returned back to the ball. So a heavier bat would not, if it's actually hollowed, The energy has to go somewhere, so it goes back to the ball.
See, I've always find because I've never really played baseball that much, and I've always found that kind of hard to believe.
That something's hollow has more energy.
Yeah,
Oh, just think of a bullet. Which one has more energy, hollow or solid?
solid.
So hollow doesn't explode,
No, it expands. It doesn't explode.
right? So it expands. All right, okay, it expands, right? So that means energy is going somewhere.
Well, they're designed. Well, they're hollow for a reason. They're designed just to do that. It actually has because when you're talking with a bullet, you're talking force and impact. Something that is solid has much more impact than something that's hollow.
Right, but it's not what it's giving off, it's what is taking it with. So let's say if you had a solid bat and you throw it, yeah, that thing's gotta have a lot of energy. But you're hitting
Yeah.
the ball, you need to transfer that energy to the ball. So it's the impact. So it's the impact,
Yeah.
right? Just like car, right? Crumble zone,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's taking the energy somewhere,
Correct.
right? But if you have a solid car, where's the energy go?
Right into you.
Right. It goes to the core.
Gotcha.
It had to
So
go
that
somewhere.
means so that means they must cork it in a specific spot then.
Right, because you gotta where the energy goes back and forth where the contact is. Where there's no
Yeah.
contact, it's not gonna transfer energy. So you transfer to where it has contact.
Okay. I'll play baseball.
Yeah. So it's the contact that gives kinetic energy. There's no contact, hollow. There's no energy. It vibrates, but that's pretty much it. Right. So when you have a hollow bat, your hands gotta hurt a lot when you hit something.
Yeah.
You're right? But because the energy is being transferred to anything that touches, that includes the ball.
It's interesting.
There we go. Right? Plus, the bat gets lighter, means more force you can swing.
Right.
So, all that little stuff. Science. It's science. All right? Hey,
For
Thomas
science.
Smart.
What up?
So, I am like down to the knob on this one. This
Nice.
is actually really good. And believe it or not, this does remind me of the short stack. This is really good. But is it $33? No, definitely not. I think it's because I think of the short stack. I don't feel like this is supposed to be expensive. It's quality. It tastes good. It did hold a good ash. And I had to
But
touch it up.
if that would have had a Davidoff band on it, do you think in your mind you would have put it that it was worth the price?
No, if this would had a Davidoff band on it, I would still think it's about $20.
Is that 20 New York dollars or 20 Arizona dollars?
20 Arizona dollars.
Okay. It's pretty good.
So if it's 20 New York dollar, then it will be too expensive, right? I actually think this is worth a 20. But it kind of balance out, right? If it's $100, I actually have to give you a value of somewhere below 100, right?
Yeah.
So, these cigars here are about $20, 20 something. Millennium and Anniversary.
So it's $100 a month, right?
Yes, plus tax.
They better really be giving you something because do they have some kind of like value guarantee?
What do you mean?
You're getting the 3 cigars for the $100 a month. Or do they have some sort of value guarantee in it where you're gonna at least be getting $100 worth?
No, they just said 3 cigar. But if you think about it, okay, a standard Davidoff are between $20 to $30.
Yeah.
Right. So if I give you 3, you're at least $60 there.
What's that other $40?
Shipping. Right. Shipping and
They're charging you for that cutter and shit or what?
shipping, packaging. The money had to go somewhere. It's
Right.
like they had to make some money too. I mean, obviously they're selling. They consider this as MSRP, right? But the Millennium, and let's see if I can find the price on it because I don't even remember the price.
Thomas is so clever, short-staffed.
You know, we're supposed to not have chats. So
Yeah,
we're
I
not
was
short
surprised
staffed.
that you did that.
Huh?
I was surprised you did that today.
Oh, you know, if I already got the point that I wanted to go over done, the rest is chat. Fine. You know? I just need to get my point done, right? So get my idea. Alright, Anniversario is at $27.
Okay.
Alright, so and then we look at them. Millennium Robusto. That is $20 a guy. 21 almost. Actually, no, this is Sungrown, looks like. This is darker. So it's about $24 a guy.
Yeah, you got screwed on this deal.
So 50 here, plus this one, you'll probably be around 70 something. Plus a cutter. Plus packaging and shipping. Plus a book that I didn't need.
Exactly.
Right? So, I mean, you're getting there. You're about there. You're about there. In terms of MSRP, I'm talking about. After tax and everything, it's a lot higher if you talk about New York prices.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's actually not bad. But I will probably say by the next one I receive, I'll probably end up canceling.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what's going to be in the next one.
Yeah. I'm trying to find out what they will feel for the next one, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, like I say, subscription boxes are just not something that pleases me. Usually I find a flaw in it. And even this, like I say, I'm getting cigars that I have plenty in my humidor. Except that one. I mean, that one I never tried before. But then again, it tastes like that other cigar.
Exactly. Like that other cigar.
Right? So, it's got goods and bad. For people that have never smoked a Davidoff and has $100 a month to spare, okay. Right? It's pretty cool. I mean, if I just started out and I wanted to go premium,
Yeah.
I would say that's a good deal, right? Because if you just go to Davidoff in New York and try to buy 3 cigars, you're over $100 easy.
Especially with that tax now. Huh?
Yeah, with the 75% tax, you would definitely go over $100 easy. Because all you need was 3 cigars will go over 100. 3 Davidoff cigars will go over. So if you put that in perspective, I got a cutter with it. Not that I need it. I have it out, but you know, it's just a gimmick, right? I mean, it is a Cigar. I can use it for 3 months before I have to throw it away.
That's just, I'm not gonna lie, mine lasted about a year and it was dull.
Right, and it comes with a cool book. It comes with you know, alcohol recipes, right? Comes with a lot of documentation. That costs money to print, right?
Yeah.
So I will say this first package is worth $100. Not that I needed all those things. It's still $100. Right? I would say that's there. They did the initial package plus shipping all that stuff. Because we already say this, like the shipping 7 pounds is about 15, 20.
Yep.
Right? So plus the box they had to make and all this paper they use. Now people don't realize how much this thing costs. This thing costs an arm and a leg and so easy to use so much of it.
Yep.
Alright, so there is probably like $50 worth of paper in here. This thing is expensive. They're not like bubble wrap. This thing costs more than bubble wrap.
Oh yeah.
So.
See, they should have gave you packing peanuts.
Right?
Everybody loves that.
I save all my packing peanuts. I have like boxes of those. Because you never know. Like doing raffle, I just send it without with those things. And I just don't want to buy them because they're like So yeah, so they did use about, in a consumer perspective, 100, if not more, on this one first package.
Damn.
But the second package, I think that's when they start to go making money, right? They drag you in. You're like, oh, this is super cool. And you're like, is the next one gotta be what, right? If the next one I get something like anything shorter than a Robusto, I'll probably feel like I lost money.
Oh heck yeah.
Right? Because there are some like Davidoff does have like $10, $15 cigars. They have $18 cigars. They have $15 cigars. So like if they start to sending those to make up for the difference, then you start to feel like you lost money, right? They had to make it so that it's worth it in the perspective of getting the box versus going to store and buy a cigar, right? So that 3 cigar they put in there had to be at least close to 100, if not more. MSR.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering about the next one.
Right? Who knows? The next one might have like a stick of like Year of the Tiger.
You never know.
Then if they put a Year of the Tiger in there, it'll be like well worth it because that cigar is like $40-something.
Heck yeah.
Right? So you kind of have to have that in there.
See, what they got to do is they got to do it long enough to do it. They got to have a thing where you do it for a year and you get an Oro out of it.
If I get an ore out of it, I'll stop spending.
Yeah, because then you figure they would have made that much money, right? Off of you.
But yeah, Davidoff, you guys need to put a Royal on my next one because I have to do one.
A Royal?
Yeah. Since I already bought one to review, you guys should throw away another one.
Yeah, sure.
$170.
I can't believe that, man.
Yeah, I was like, my eyes was like, wait, what? How much did you say it was?
Yeah, whoa. I thought this thing was $100. What the hell?
Yeah, right? They used to be like $100. What happened? 170? What? What happened? They're like, yeah. Now how much was the tax again? Yeah, 75%. Oh.
It's like freaking Utah's 80.
So you're almost there. No, see, you're already there because a cigar in New York is already more expensive to start with. And they add another 75%. That's like buying a cigar in Utah. That's the same.
That's like there's certain brands that they have special wholesale pricing for freaking California.
Special wholesale.
Yeah, it's more expensive. Yeah.
Yesterday after the show, I went upstairs. I asked my wife, "Why do you think kids is gonna buy if they have $10 in college? Cigars or weed?" She's like, "Of course weed. You kidding me?
Hell yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?"
I know people my age that'll do that.
Well, in terms of like short in disposable income.
Right. No, that's it. That's what they're always talking about the marketing to children. I'm like, I have never, nor will you ever see a kid smoking an $8, $10, $12 cigar.
When's the last time you saw a kid walking around like a boss smoking cigar?
Never. I would want to talk to that kid for one and be like, yo, not a good idea. But two, you're pretty badass.
Right? Like you spend your disposable income enough to go to one movie for one cigar.
Yeah.
Right? That's, I would say, badass. In fact, not only badass, you're not gonna get any girls because girls hate that smell.
Yeah, it's freaking baller as hell, but
right now, girls might be like, "Is that weird smell on you?" They might be interested, but if they smell cigar, they're like, "Oh, what is that smell?" I rarely see a young girl that says that cigar smells great. I rarely seen that. I not even Brendan's kid like the smell. Okay.
No.
And the father's in that industry and they hated that smell.
Yeah, like every once in a while, you get one that's, when they're getting in their early 20s, they get like a whiff of it. And they're like, oh, that smells kind of nice. And that's about it.
And you gotta know, cigar smell is totally different than how cigar tastes.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's hard to imagine anybody will say, I'm gonna, go impress some girl with my cigar.
No.
Right? Can you imagine? Okay. Name one person, all right, in entertainment industry, movie star, whatever, that is famous for smoking cigar.
Besides Arnold?
Well, like I'm talking about in the normal industry, like people have to know that. Like if you ask anybody, they will say the same.
Fucking Ron White. That's about it.
Right? You can't really think about anybody that is gonna impress kids that is known to smoke cigars.
No.
So why would you say? Why would anybody say that we try to cater or advertise to kids? It doesn't interest.
No, they look at that. You're like, okay, they're looking at if they're looking online, like, oh, a box of this is like $180. How is that going to interest them?
right? Right? Okay, even bundles, they wouldn't like.
Yeah, $50, $40. No, what are they going to do?
Have a good night, Bill. Bill, Will.
Later.
So, I don't see anybody get, like I say, if you're smoking a cigar, there's got to be a reason. Right? A friend probably introduced to it. A family member used to do it that reminisces you, like you kind of want to honor them or whatever. All kind of different things that will get you to smoke a cigar. You're not gonna go. I ain't gonna spend $100 a month buying a cigar because I feel like it. This is why vaping is so popular.
Yeah. See, now that is something that does, I mean, that's something I will give them a little credit with in their argument, especially when they have a lot of those flavors and then you get that scent with it. Yeah, okay, you want something that smells like pancakes and cinnamon toast crunch? Hell yeah, they do.
And they're a lot cheap.
Yeah.
A whole vial of something, they call it vial of something, like a little jug of something. It's like $5 to $10, and you have many, many, many hours of smoke on it.
Oh wow.
All right. I think the premium ones are like 20, and you can smoke for days.
I always wondered because I don't know anything about that stuff.
So it's basically like oil, oil scent kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So they drip a little bit onto the like a sponge.
Okay.
It's liquid and has oil, and he burns that scent oil, and he smoke that oil.
That's disgusting.
And what's left is water, the steam.
I've always wondered how these people don't get pneumonia.
Well, they get popcorn lung,
Yeah, I don't get it.
right? So if you think about that, that makes sense to stop because that literally tastes like whatever they say it tastes like,
Hell yeah.
right? When we say cigar tastes like something, unless you know that something really well, you're not gonna find it. You gotta taste tobacco. All you gotta taste is tobacco, right? Like the cherry bomb from like acid, or like Cuba. How many people would like to eat that?
No, Cuba tastes like, smells like
instant.
potpourri. It's disgusting.
Right? I mean, some people like it, sure, but that's
Yeah.
because they like to smell it, not because they like to eat it. Like if I give you whatever the Cuba instant powder is, you will not eat it. But if I give you like key lime pie, you'll probably eat it, right? Well, that
Hell yeah.
scent actually tastes like lime pie. And you're carrying a technology device on you. You're like USB drive, okay? There's some people that go to like the club and they hold a USB drive and say, "Hey, you want some?" And they will actually try to puff on it. Use a USB drive. But like it doesn't require like a cigar cutter lighter. You press the button, you suck on it. That's it. So that I can understand kids want to do that.
Yeah.
For cigars, no. I cannot imagine any kids want to spend that kind of money, that kind of time.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, especially when you're a kid, you're gonna want flashy shit. So yeah, they're gonna have like a $60 cutter and fucking a nice like $20, $30 lighter and their $12 cigar. And you're like, oh my god, no.
Right? And like kids got like I've never seen people just go to the street and cut their cigar and smoke.
No.
Right? So like you think that kids are gonna go to a cigar store and say, "Hey, I'm gonna get a Cuba, cut it for me," and then just take it out in the street and start smoking it? I've never seen that.
I agree. The acids, I can't do them. There's people that love them. Power to them. That's awesome. I don't like them.
Right? And like people who go to the lounge, people go to the store, when they buy cigar, they either smoke in their lounge or bring it home to smoke. I've not seen one that's light it up and start walking home with a smoke.
Right.
So how do you think the kids is gonna do that? You think the kids is actually gonna go home and smoke Cuba in their house? Their mother will kill them.
Yeah, their mom's like, yeah, cool, let's have a cigar together.
No.
Let me make you some hot chocolate to go with it.
They need to know even us as adults have problems smoking at home. Okay? So you think kids are gonna be able to smoke at home?
The worst parents ever, I guess, but maybe.
That would be the awesomest parent that allow you to smoke at home and they say nothing about it.
A terrible parent.
Okay? But The vape you can. You don't have to finish in an hour. You can just puff and then 2 hours later puff again. Cigar you can't. You have to finish it. You have to finish it. So for those politicians to say, hey, you're advertising to kids gonna do this. No, it's too much hassle. Okay, we all lived through that time period. Anything that's too much of hassle, we don't do. All right, unless it involves sex and party, everything else is too much hassle.
Did you see that oh, what's his name? Isn't it Matt Booth? He's getting into the freaking THC stuff.
I don't know what that is.
Matt Booth, Room 101.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's getting into the hemp oil side of things.
And
as
it
well.
really doesn't do anything. I gotta be honest with you, okay? I got some of those those hemp like cream. They say it has property to reduce inflammation and pain. It did nothing.
Well, he's starting with the CBD because it's a lot more marketable. But he also does have THC blends for places where it's legal, I guess. He's dipping into that market as well.
Yeah, if anything's gotta cater to kids, that is.
Oh yeah.
Not this. So, I think those politicians should try to smoke a flavored cigar and tell me that they taste good.
It's true.
Right? They should just go like, for the argument's sake, before you say it was bad, go try to smoke one of those and tell me that kids is gonna like it.
Yeah, no. You're not gonna even some of those things that are like vanilla. And does it taste like vanilla? Yeah. But no kid's they're gonna get sick in like 5 seconds.
Right? Think about this, all right? Just if you want to be a politician and say that thing's bad and kids is gonna like it, try one and tell me kids are gonna like it.
Yeah.
It's more gross than telling a 10-year-old to drink beer. Okay, it's more gross than that. They are not gonna like it. I cannot imagine something like a 16-year-old is like, what's really cool is I smoked a cigar yesterday. It was a flavored cigar. Oh, it's so cool. Oh my god, it changed my life. I bought a cigar for like $8.75 in a cigar store. They cut it for me, and they even light it for me. One of the guys gave me like these like really long matches. They're like super cool. And, like they are like 3 times as long as regular matches. They are super cool. I feel like a boss. They light it up. I smoked it, and they all look at me. I feel a little bit dizzy afterward. I was totally fine. I puked a little bit, but that was a great experience.
It was so cool, man.
Right? It was so good. Oh my god! Tomorrow I'm gonna go and they say I can buy a whole bundle for like $50. I'm gonna go spend $50 on that. And then that friend that he just talked to is like, "You gonna spend $50 on that, you idiot? Go buy Call of Duty."
Right?
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I cannot imagine happen. If it does, it's very, very rare that kids will spend $50, $60 on some cigars and feel like a boss, and rather to do that than hang with their friends. I really cannot imagine.
We're much more worried about getting Marlboros and freaking weed and like alcohol.
Right? You choose to do the cheapest thing possible. Right? Okay, alcohol. A bunch of kids can have like everybody tripping $10 and buy a giant bottle of SoCal. Then they'll get drunk. And then some blue ribbon. Okay, they'll get drunk. Right? But they're not gonna go out there and say, hey, everybody put $20 to buy a cigar and let's all smoke together. Why do you think people that first cigars are usually at their wedding? Because that thing is damn expensive.
Hell yeah.
Question: Tatuaje cigar is coming to my local cigar shop. Which one do you recommend? Tatuaje has a cigar actually literally called Tattoo. That's actually not bad.
I'm not super versed on Tatuaje because they're very pricey.
Tatuaje released their sampler kit for the Halloween stuff.
Yeah,
about like $140.
Yeah, the ones that I've had, I've never actually really been disappointed in the Tatuaje. I will say that.
If that's what you want, I mean, I will get the sampler pack to see which one you like. I know there's a cigar from Tatuaje that literally says tattoo on it.
Yeah.
And that one's pretty good. I know this year they released Frankenstein. That's supposedly pretty. But I can tell you, I'm not a big Tatuaje fan. I'm quite the opposite actually. So I can recommend you those. The Halloween series, like all the monster series, they call it the monster series.
Monster series.
That are super popular. People collect like crazy. So you could try that. And I literally know that they came out with a new one. That's just a sample pack. So
Tatuaje, you got to know that for the most part, they're pretty bold, full flavor, for sure.
yeah, they're strong cigars.
Mhm.
They do have their design is more like rustic. I think I feel
Yeah.
like more rough and rustic kind of feel to it. So yeah, that's what you can expect. But to start like new cigar brand or whatever that you never tried before, best way to do it is always sample pack, because what I like might not be what you right. Start with a sample pack, smoke a few of their their most popular cigars. They'll know what you get. But Tatuaje doesn't have that many choose from, because they really focus on their monster series and all that. That's why you got it.
They're all made at the My Father factory because he is married into that family. So
So that I hope that answers your question. Tatuaje has another cigar that's pretty cool.
it's been a while since I've had a Tatuaje. Somebody gave me one. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I usually I get Tatuaje cigar from trades. I don't really buy them. All right, so
Believe it or not, I've actually been wanting, because I haven't had one in a long time, been wanting to get a Sin Compromiso.
really,
Yeah, I haven't had one in so long, and like actually, it's really strong, but I actually like those.
all right. So Tatuaje Tattoo is really good. There's the other one's called the Selection Cazador.
Selection. There you go. Yeah.
That one's really good. All right, so try those. The Tatuaje Reserva Miami and Reserva Nicaragua are two that are really, really good. I can tell you those that I know it. Some people like the Series P.
Mhm.
I'm not too particular to it. And I think those are the most popular. So you give those a try. All right.
If you like medium to full, Tatuaje will. If you like Steve Saka stuff, or you like Roma Craft, it's all kind of in that same wheelhouse. So
Yeah.
probably like it.
So those are the ones that I can tell you for sure Tatuaje did a good job on. The other ones, I don't like it so much. And again, it's not some cigar that I smoke all the time. So I can only recommend the one that I feel like that tastes good. Alright. But I definitely can tell you the tattoo are very popular. The Selection, the Cazador, that one very, very popular. I see a lot of people like it smoking. I smoked it, it was totally fine. It was pretty good. And the Reserva Nicaragua really, really, really. Okay. There's another one. I don't know if they still sell those. Do they still sell Kohonu?
I have no idea.
All right, so if you can find it, Kohonu, I think Habanos are really good. If you can find it, Kohonu. I have not tried the Kohonu Sumatra. I know the broadleaf are pretty good, but I know the Habano is the most popular. So yeah, those are the ones that I think is good. Try those. And Tatuaje tend to be like really long cigars, so
Yeah.
yeah, they're long cigars. So that's something that you might want to look into.
I don't even. Yeah, I think most of the stuff I've seen that Pete Johnson puts out, or at least a Torre.
Right? They are like 5.8, 6.5. They are long cigars. Norteno Esteli. That is pretty good cigar, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a pretty good cigar.
Norteño's good.
Yeah. Did I just buy one the other day?
Yeah, Norteño's it's one that you can have, and every time you have it, it's going to be consistent.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. There was one point where they were selling like $20 a box or something like that.
Oh, do you ever? It's like when they did best cigar prices when they had that thing with the undercrowns. They had the shades for like what was it, like $30 a box or whatever the hell it was.
They will try to get rid of it for some reason. I thought that it was because of packaging change or something like that. They will try to get rid of all the ones.
Probably.
And they were selling them for like $20, $30 for entire box. I know Joe Sparaccio actually got a couple bucks at the time.
And so did Steve Rutowski.
Yeah.
He got like a few boxes, yeah.
Yeah, because they were like getting rid of them for some reason. But yeah, those are good cigars. $20 a box, that's a steal. That's somebody freaking robbed them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, if you're novice, you like your medium full body, you'll find a lot of cigars. I mean, medium. If you're okay to medium full body, you'll find a whole spectrum of good cigars. Because what happens a lot of time, the company has to decide, right? If I want a lot of both flavor, I had to make it stronger. But not everybody can deal with strong cigars. But when they do, they gotta get reward for it. Because if you can take that kind of punish, you get the flavor.
It's like you want the bigger flavor. It's just something that kind of rolls with it most of the time.
Right? So you if you can take medium to full body, there's a whole wide world out there for you. There's a whole wide world out there. Corona Cigar, I got 6-pack for 29 bucks. I mean, that's pretty good.
Nice.
29 bucks is pretty good. That's really good. A really good price. I would say that's a good price. So yeah,
Heck yeah. $5 each. Hell yeah.
do that. Do that. Well, anyways, I am done with my cigar today. It is 11. Time for me to go to my day job.
For you, yeah. Day job.
Day job for me, right? Day job for me. So, just double check these, make sure I don't have anything I forgot. No announcements. Good stuff. Why? Why did you do this?
Yeah, cigar stuff's getting into the slow season.
Who's this? Hold on a second. I don't know what this is.
Neither do we.
Yeah. Somebody said that declined the invitation for the invite for the show, but that's been sent out like years ago. So somebody haven't looked at the thing for long. Travis. There's only so many Travis here.
Smart? No, Travis Accord?
I guess Travis Acor, yeah.
Could be.
Right?
From New Jersey, huh? Tony's right around your side of the world. I am not.
Wait. Travis Acor is not. Travis Acor.
No, he's
okay. Yeah, Travis been busy with his stuff. He's been disappeared for a long time. So at least he finally declined it. So he's not gonna be on the show. Okay. Yeah, that was like, what? Who is that?
I gotta get a hold of Brandon or Brittany and ask them if they know anything about when that Espinosa stuff's gonna get shipped out.
Yeah, I haven't talked to them for so long. I don't even know what's going on with them. Who was asking about them the other day? I think Brian Alicott was talking to me about them the other day.
So how'd you like your White Castle?
It was actually pretty good.
Mm.
Not something that you want to eat every day. But if you're hungry, at the spot.
Well, like he said that night. He's like, yeah, it's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you're starving after the club. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, middle of the night, it's pretty good. I ate it like before I smoke, so something in my stomach, it's not bad. I didn't shit my pants. So the fries are kind of soggy, but the hamburgers are like steamed burger. They're pretty good. The pickle has taste. Now, do they taste like McDonald's? Okay, they're a little bit better than McDonald's.
Yeah, they're better than McDonald's. I'll give
a
it
little
that.
bit better than McDonald's. So I'll give them that. It's a little bit better.
Well, it's like when it's 1 a.m. and Denise is getting McDonald's. I mean, come on, it's the spot at that time of the day, right?
Yeah, so it works. Okay, all right. Anyway, so Enigma to you, Enigma Zoo, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, join us next time too. Wednesday, Saturdays, come to chat, talk about your
Oh
cigars.
my God, we're smoking that disgusting cigar Saturday, aren't we?
Did everybody receive it yet?
I think so.
So yeah, better bring it on. Better bring it on. Bring a chaser cigar with you, just in case you can't suffer through it. Bring a
God,
chaser
dude.
cigar.
Ugh. It smells actually not too bad, but I know it's not going to taste good.
Hey, I infused it well. That whole entire thing was nicely infused. So
You use the scorpion, right?
no, I used the Gran Habano.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, I saw the UPC code on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least I know. Okay, well, yeah, the Grand Habano, the Connecticut #1 doesn't have like a ton of flavor, so yeah,
Right.
it's
So
gonna
all you
taste
gotta
like
taste
that shit.
is our beloved the walls.
Ugh.
Like I can't even put this on my alcohol shelf. It's that bad. I'm just
I
gonna
don't-
leave it here.
It smells like flowers, man. Like
It
sweet
smells-
flowers.
It smells weird. I mean, here's the thing though. It's not just infused by that. It's also went through a Spanish theater, kind of diffused it into. So
Yeah.
it might be good. You never know.
You
Or
could
it might
onto
be
something.
absolutely horrendous. So
I'm banking on bad.
yeah. We'll
You've not done
find
an
that out.
infusion you've not done an infusion that was good yet, so
But yeah, well, hey, for science. Alright? Anyways, have a good night, everybody. I will see you guys Saturday with that discussion.
fuck.
Good night.